Hi, I'm Carla Cottrell, and welcome to Coastal Conversations with Carla. Today, I am very excited to welcome my friend Tracey Barlow. He is also a real estate agent, and so technically we should be competitors, but he has an area of expertise that I thought would be really interesting to you. Tracey is an expert in commercial real estate. He's also on the Economic Development Council for Southeast Volusia and also is an active member of the Chamber of Commerce. And he's going to introduce himself to you, tell you a little bit about him, because we know that if you like someone and you trust someone, you're more likely to do business with them. And also talk about economic development here in Southeast Volusia and also the opportunities that exist for commercial real estate here. So Tracey, take it away. Tell us about you.
Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me. This is a great opportunity. A little bit about myself is I've been in the Southeast Volusia area for 45 years. And as you know, prior to getting into real estate, I wrapped up a career about 33 years in the government. And I was so blessed and so fortunate to be able to do that right here in Southeast Volusia. As you know, Southeast Volusia is the place to live, is the place to have a business here. So I've been so blessed to, and with my previous experiences, it's allowed me to focus, a lot on the commercial real estate here in Southeast Volusia. As you shared, I chair the Economic Development Committee for the Southeast Volusia Chamber of Commerce as well. And I think I bring value to that just based on my knowledge of understanding, the commercial needs in this area, as well as, land use and everything else.
And you know what? Those are very specialized areas. I'm going to tell you there are rules and regulations and permitting and all kinds of things that go into commercial development. And so we're very fortunate to have Tracey speaking with us this morning. Tracey, tell us about what's going on with Southeast Volusia. What's happening here?
Well, Southeast Volusia has been discovered. This is clearly the paradise, for the same reason. We live here for the same reasons everyone else wants to live here that's not here yet. The other advantage of Southeast Volusia is the proximity that we have to the Kennedy Space Center. And as you know, with the growth of the space industry now, and it's attracting more and more of the space-related industry that's wanting to be located closer to the Kennedy Space Center. So that's one of the big markets that, we're seeing a huge influx in. Along with that is, those opportunities and those companies that land here, they bring people that work at those, create jobs, which brings people bring other needs for other commercial. So we're starting to see a very large influx, if you will, of the commercial interest, as well as we are residential here in this area. And as you said before, is the commercial is quite special, is having to go through all the regulatory permitting and understanding what that regulatory permitting is, as well as the land use changes and what is compatible land use for other land uses. But there's still a great opportunity. There's still a lot of development opportunity here in Southeast Volusia. And we're probably receiving, I know myself, I'm receiving 2 or 3 phone calls a week just looking for undeveloped property that they can come down and relocate their commercial business here. The other opportunity is the incentives that are involved that's presently in place.
Very important.
Yeah. For example, in Southeast Volusia here in Edgewater, we have the Parktown Industrial Center, which still has about 83 acres of virgin property that's available. And along with that comes additional incentives that the city offers. So for an example, one of the incentives that just the local city here offers is what they call Dirt for Jobs. And so they have a large area, which is actually for the part of the Florida Inland Navigation District, and it's where they brought all their dredge material in, which is all good fill material for your property. So the city of Edgewater put together a program that if you relocate your company here, for every full-time equivalent job you create, they give you so many cubic yards of dirt, which is an incentive. The Volusia County and the state of Florida in itself also provide some great incentives to try to relocate more jobs here. So that's been, even all of Southeast Volusia between the New Smyrna Beach, the Edgewater, and the Oak Hill area, everything's been focused on attracting attracting companies here that create jobs, you know.
Absolutely.
And so like saying that's what, you know, just having the jobs here. And actually Florida in itself is a very good place to have a business, very employee friendly, you know, a right to work state as well. And so that's with extremely low taxes, low insurance, and the lifestyle here in Southeast Volusia is just phenomenal. You know,
absolutely.
On the weekends, I ride my bike from anywhere in Southeast Volusia. You can ride a bicycle to the beach, to the Atlantic. Where else can you do that? You know,
right? Absolutely.
And the climate, you know.
Yeah. And the river. Don't forget the river. Great fishing, great jet skiing, all kinds of things. One of the things that's really important to me, and I specialize in residential real estate, though I dabble in commercial, but really my area of expertise is residential. One of the things that's really important is, it's important to other people to bring jobs to the community, to support the growing population. But I also hear a lot of concern about keeping our children here. So the children who are already here, growing up through our education system, we want to bring jobs here to keep them here. Those of us who are grandparents want our grandkids here. So, right? Tracey is also a granddad.
Yes, a little over 1 year old granddad. Yes. It is, and actually, it's a term that was coined some time ago. We call the brain drain. You know, where the kids were growing up, leaving this area to go to college, and then couldn't come back because there wasn't any jobs here for them. You know, whether they're professional jobs, whether they're engineering jobs, manufacturing jobs, technical jobs, you know, that they're learning the training, it just wasn't here. So that's a huge drive, is to try to get those companies to relocate here, create those jobs, and it's happening. Yeah. And like say, you know, one of the huge benefits right now is obviously the Kennedy Space Center, you know, that is attracting those, and then like say with more development creates other needs for professional jobs as well. So
one of the things that I've noticed recently is that we've had Precision Eye Institute and Wright and Casey and Berlin and Dennis. Some of the insurance firms, law firms, eye institutes, doctors, those kinds of people that have been in other areas are now expanding here. Correct. So to try to bring those jobs and those services to the new population. Are there incentives for businesses that already are in existence to expand their operations here?
Well, Edgewater does, for an example, in New Smyrna as well, as they have a community redevelopment area, CRA area. So if they're located within CRA area, there's various grants that help them either to expand their business or even do the facade grant was to fix up their business.
Oh, that's awesome.
Another opportunity as well is Edgewater has an opportunity zone, which is a huge tax incentive for those looking to make investments. And you know, they not only they get tax incentives for the investment, but they also have new programs coming out where they'll get tax incentives for remodeling or or expansion of their businesses on building materials, etc. So we're starting to see more and more discover the opportunity zone here in Southeast Volusia, and they're starting to actually inquire about that as well. So I think you're going to see, and the opportunity zone in Edgewater, for an example, is the spine of US 1. So I think you're going to start to see a lot of redevelopment of some of the older structures there and being relocated. And some of those other businesses that you had referenced are right there within that opportunity zone.
Right.
So that's another huge attraction as well. On top of that, there's rumor is there's going to be a lot more federal dollars coming this way that's going to help out with some infrastructure improvements and infrastructure expansions. Awesome. As you know, the current government or the current governor of Florida today is very pro-business as well.
Absolutely.
And he's budgeted a lot of economic development incentives as well for Florida.
So that's one of the things that people get concerned about, is that when we expand, our infrastructure doesn't expand to match. But what you're saying is that there are things in the pipeline to help us do that so that we will not run into issues.
Correct. In Southeast Volusia governments are really good about that. They do what they do is as far as a concurrency study that determines how much capacity they have in all their infrastructure, whether it's the pipes in the ground, whether it's a water pipe, a sewer pipe, or even a road, right? How much capacity is there. They all have impact fees as well as the county as well to help keep up with that growth and that expansion, and that's what those impact fees are used for. So not only we have capacity, they also have funds to enhance the capacity as well. So that's all good planning, and to continue to grow a city as well.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I love about Southeast Volusia is that, kind of the same thing we say about our board of realtors here, that we're, large enough to serve you, but small enough to care.
Yeah.
We're still one of those collective communities. And when we say Southeast Volusia, we are referring to New Smyrna Beach, Edgewater, and Oak Hill collectively. One of the things that I love about our Southeast Volusia community is we do still know each other. We still walk into each other's offices. We still are able to have conversations on the street about what is good for our community. And so that is why I was so happy to get Tracey to come in and show you that we're friendly people. We're competitors, blah, blah. But we each have our areas that we can serve, and we can answer your questions about anything that may concern you about development in the area. And we are looking forward to hearing those questions. So if you have questions about today's interview, we encourage you to put them in the comments. We also encourage you to like and share this video and get the word out that Southeast Volusia is the best place to work, play, and live.
Absolutely.
See you next time.